the big one. It's the special one.
It's not the Manc talk. This is Manchester therapy. This is Dr. Steve. This is Dr. Steve.
Look
and
at
these
this.
are my patients, Andy, Tate, and Saeed. So yeah, go on,
It's an all-star list. We've got Andy Tate in the building. Andy.
Pleased to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Steve, nice to meet you.
Pleased to meet you.
Okay, I didn't expect that, but we're here. It's all good for now. Is it going to be all good by the end of the episode,
Of course it is.
That's it, that's what it's about, man.
The thing is, Steve might be needing therapy after Sunday.
Oh.
Big games. We're used to them now.
That's it. But we're here, people. Make sure you're liking the video. We said we're going to give a special guest. You know, Andy's been around for a while now, you know what I mean? I've known Andy for a while now, so big up to Andy Tate for coming on today. We're going to start off on the episode. Erik ten Hag is set to join Manchester United. The latest yesterday, we heard it broke out in the evening, Andy. Andy Tate, Ten Hag's on his way. Finally, some sort of positive news into what's been a shit season, let's be honest.
Yeah, it was positive. It was about after 6 o'clock last night, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And I was live on Instagram and just checking everything. It was pretty good. Well, Fabrizio Romano confirmed it. It came from ESPN in Holland, and it's absolutely gone out of control last 24 hours and that. And it's positive. I'm happy. Even my dad phoned me up. Bless him. He phoned me up at 10 o'clock last night. Get your clogs on.
Yeah.
and I took him seriously for a minute. I thought he wanted me to go down to his house at 10 o'clock at night, but he was laughing his head off. So I'm happy, and it's good to feel a bit of positive because the last few weeks has been, like you say, we know United. It's been good, but now it's the same old Depeche Mode, isn't it?
Yeah, of course.
As that reference would go, but it's positive, and it's going to have to be baby steps at a time. Everything's got to be right within the club. And there can be no interference from upstairs now. And I was sick.
They've got to back him. They've got to build a structure.
Yeah.
They've got to make sure, Steve talked about a couple of weeks ago saying they've got to give him time because it's going to be a fresh
time is
start.
key. A manager like Ten Hag, the way he sets teams up and the way he likes to play his style of football, he can't just do it like that. Even if he has 4 or 5 players, it won't just click like that. And you look at the United squad now, no disrespect, 8, 9 of them should be anywhere near Man United. Should be anywhere near.
No.
So he's got a job. A, he's got to clear the decks. And B, he's got to bring his own men in. And then C, he's got to get it all to gel. So United fans, if he goes on a run next year and loses a few games, they can't be getting on his fucking case. You've got to look at the bigger picture and think, you know what, we've done that chopping and changing. Let's fucking get him in. Let's stick behind him. I said on this show last week, he should write an open letter to Man United supporters, put it in the Manchester Evening News and say, look, I'm asked to do a job. It's a bigger job than I expected. Please bear with me. Give me a couple of seasons to get this right. I promise you, you'll see improvement. Let's get the club back together, all in the same direction, and let's get this club back where it belongs. If he does that, and I think nobody can moan him, because he's come out straight away from day one. Pep Guardiola at City did an open day at the training academy. He came on stage, they interviewed him, and he basically said, I'm coming over here, I've got a plan in my head what I need to do. It's going to take me time to do it, but I'm going to try my best and all that. And we walked away and thought, right, we know what Pep's about.
Yeah, because in your first season, he even admitted he didn't realise how fast it was.
We had 2 fullbacks in Sagna and Zabaleta. That was
Joe Hart was out like that.
Was just not good enough.
Yeah, it's going to take time.
He said 5-year plan. There's rumours of him saying a 5-year plan.
Yeah, and I just hope the PR department, like you say, this 5-year plan. Now, I think the United media department now need to look at this. Like you say, you need to look at other models, like the way Liverpool's run, the way City's run, and Ten Hag's even voiced this. And it's got to be done. This is the way forward. Look, always hold your memories, always hold your values of your club and your traditions and your history. But don't let interference and money get in the way. And I'm just glad we've not gone with Potts, because there was too many ex-United players who we all love, who are legends, sucking up to jump in bed with Potts. And even Wayne Rooney, I did not like it. And I'm like, why, man, why? And it's like, it's a kick in the teeth, man. And you're just feeling worse and worse.
Why is there a reason on it why they want Pochettino?
Because I think he's more approachable. They're scared of the unknown now, and you've got to go into the unknown because, like I say, the world's changed last couple of years. Like I say, the football world's changed as well. So sometimes you got to embrace the change, even though you don't like it. You've got to do it.
Do you think, Steve, that we've had so many managers in the past? Do you think there's something different with Ten Hag? I know Pep Guardiola's the best, but do you think there's something different with Ten Hag?
Yeah,
sure.
Look, if you look out, if you take a step back now and look at managers now, you've got the obvious two in Klopp and Pep that are right up there. You've got Simeone, who fucking hell stumped the joint out the other night, right? So he's not ideal. And then you look below that, and probably the best up and coming manager in the world who plays the most attractive football and who everyone's talking about is him. So at the end of the day, United's gone in and got him if they get him, and that's only the real. I mean, Pochettino, I was praying he got Pochettino because I've always said from day one.
He's
the guy is fucking. That's just another step along the way.
He peaked and he's on the way down.
He's not got it. But at least with this guy, you know he's got it. You know what I mean? You can tell his coaching methods and the way he gets his teams playing football is what United are striving to be. But like you say, there's big problems at that club. From the club I knew growing up to what it is now, it's a fucking shit show. And at the end of the day,
well, you can relate, couldn't you?
Of course, fucking hell.
You can relate. Pre-takeover.
Yeah, 100%.
From like 2000, like when you got your new stadium, you can understand.
But they're on the up though.
I know. But pre-takeover.
But it's always like we switch roles.
Yeah.
The difference from us now, we're on a different planet. And then the Man United I knew, it's like outside the derby, I walked up to you, I went, fucking training session booked in here today.
Yeah, you did.
I come out, walked past his camera, I went 2-0, easy work. Same here, I said, you're not on our planet, you're not on our level. You're not on our level at all. And like I say, I never thought that would ever happen because United was so far ahead of everyone. They had so much dominance on and off the pitch. It was just this big infrastructure that looked impregnable, and you thought it's never ever going to change. But how it's been let to go from that to where you are now, these fucking Glazers got a lot to answer for. But I said this, and you might disagree, but they throw you a bone every year and they all get excited. It's like 1 minute you're breaking in the stadium, you get the game called off, and then the next minute they sign Ronaldo and the queue outside the megastore's fucking 60 deep.
I think they're scared. They really are scared, and I think maybe go now. We've got to go with the changing of the times because.
Does that hurt you?
No. These Glazers need to be like say they've run the club into the ground, still taking dividends, and it's been a year since the Super League debacle, and still no mention of like a share scheme in the club, and the fans are getting pissed off, and they're scared because if they would have gone with Potts, they were trying to spin this so much the last few weeks. Please, come on, Potts, spin. The PR bullshit coming out of the club. I mean, I saw that, was it Monday, Harry Maguire done a tackle and they put it on Instagram.
They put it on Instagram. I couldn't believe that.
I know, fucking hell.
We are social media FC though.
No. That's what I mean. We're the biggest, I don't give a shit about, I'm going to say, I like social media, but it's, even City, there's a line between being fit, money and social media.
Well, you can do it when you're winning, though.
You can imagine what you do if you win things. Then you would see the pennies. Then the Glazers can fucking do this, that, and the other with the shopping malls in America. You can fucking do your Tampa Bay Buccaneers and this, that, and the other. You fucking hell, you won a Super Bowl. You can win it again and again. Get extra players out of retirement. You know what I mean? It's just they need to reality check because if they don't talk soon, I think they're beginning to realise this now. That's why we're going with Ten Hag, and I'm happy. And this is why these Yanks are like I won't say they're scared. They know like they're on thin ice because last year basically they shit themselves because we were all united against the Super League.
Yeah, of course.
I've seen plenty of City fans. Yeah. We would all, and I was like, can we get back to hating each other once this is done?
yeah.
And it wasn't good, was it? It was. I went down Old Trafford. I mean, I went past City. I seen City fans protesting. The protest everywhere. I mean, it was brilliant. It was how football united. But this is how now the club should be run, right?
How long is it going to take for? I know we talked about a 5-year plan, but what has he got to do with his squad? The players, any players that. You want to see get out of the squad. What's he got to do?
Oh yeah, mate. I think I think details are going to be passed on now in the next. Well, I won't be surprised if they're going now. Look, he's in it. Ten Hag, he's got, with the greatest respect to Ajax, you're leaving B. He's got a Dutch title to win. They're going for the league, possibly a double. And like you say, his dossier is starting to build up now. He'll know who's the bad apples, who's the bad players, the good players, can they be salvaged? And he has to go straight to the club and tell the people upstairs, I'm the boss, I'm running things, this is my imprint on the club, I will not tolerate anything, no interference, because if anybody tries to interfere, I'll walk, and the club will plunge into fucking abyss. I mean, I was saying last week, I welcome the abyss, I welcome the darkness, because seriously, we are going nowhere at the moment, but this is a shred of comfort that will hopefully lead to better times, because like I say, if we finish 8th, I welcome no European football next season, because sometimes you need to start from scratch.
Exactly.
This is part of the fucking master plan, by the way.
Oh, master plan,
fucking part of the master plan. This
well, you did say,
Andy,
you shut us in the foot, man, Andy.
You know,
what made you say that? What made you, when that moment when you said it, and it went viral, and all the City fans were on you, what made you say the master plan? Was it the fact that you thought Ronaldo was going to give us that feeling back?
I think you all did. Like I say, you all got gassed up with it, man.
I did as well.
You thought Ronaldo that left was coming back.
Well, in that moment,
true.
We signed Ronaldo, right? It was a lot of emotion, a lot of emotionally charged in the stadium, and he was back at Old Trafford. And nobody, I bought tickets weeks ago for me and my dad, and nobody thought I was going to sign Ronaldo because I was like City. I'm like, oh my God, and Bennett, what's going on here? I went to bed after work, and he was signing for City. I woke up. My dad phoned me up, we're signing Ronaldo. I'm like, fucking hell, what's going on here? And when the Newcastle game came round, all my emotions coming back, because when Ronaldo came back and scored against Newcastle, I go back to my dad's 60th birthday. My mum was alive at the time. We had a big party, and it was a great family get together. Ronaldo scored an hat-trick that night. We beat Newcastle 6-0 in 2008. And it was so emotionally charged, and all the emotion come running back. I missed the first goal because I went for the splash. But the second goal at the Stretford end, it really got to me, and I was so pumped, and all the memories and emotions. My mum was coming into. My mum was in my head. My dad, happier times. You know what I mean?
Well, why did you go to Noel Gallagher though?
No, because he was like...
He was giving it the big one on the radio.
He was giving it on the radio saying, we don't need Ronaldo. We don't need Ronaldo. Well, that's been proven true. But it's what you call it. It's emotion. You speak from the heart, and it was in that moment, and I'm sure Steve can relate to a certain playoff final in '99 where it was you were dead and buried and you were flatlining. You were it was casualty. So it's the heat of the moment. It's like everything. United 99, winning the treble, winning the Champions League 2008, John Tate. It was in that moment. I was pumped. I was charged.
I can handle the master plan thing because that made me laugh because I thought, you know what, it is emotional. I could see it, and you ever go at Noel Gallagher. So if it all worked out for you, it looked like fair play. But I can't handle that little City thing that you kept saying because now, just admit it here on camera now, we're the big fucking dogs now.
Oh yeah, I'll admit
we are the big dogs.
You had a big dogs in this town.
Thing. We are now. That just got screwed up, thrown in the bin.
But where I come from, like I say, you can relate. We can both relate. It's changed.
I know where you come from because I had that all my life.
Because we both grew up in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah,
Manchester was
United. You know what I say?
Manchester was Manchester.
I say on these streams, these fuckers used to give it us like you wouldn't believe. They don't understand, mate. United was in the Champions League final. And I'm still getting shit, and I'm in the fucking, we're in the Division 2 playoff final. I'm like, leave us alone, you cunts. You know what I mean?
Steve, I've seen the 80s, I've seen the dark times.
It's mad.
I was born the year United were relegated by City. Dennis Law, So I've seen the dark times. My dad took me to matches through the 80s, and we had a couple of good cup runs. We always fell short. We finished 4th. This, that, the other.
As a United, obviously, right? You never, in your wildest dreams, ever thought Man City would end up like this. Never.
To be fair, no.
Because you thought these are fucking irrelevant to us. We're the dogs. We're winning European Cups and all that. obviously to get that Premier League title, the last kick of the game, and snatch it from you.
That was a moment.
That was fucking must have been. That just was karma. That I thought.
It was. Because
it was only the 6-1 that got you the title. If you think about
the
it,
the 6-1,
the goal difference.
I felt 2-0 was more painful.
No, the 6-1. Do you know what that for City fans? The only way I can describe that is being bullied for 20 years
and
then knocking the fucker right out.
Yeah.
It's like walked out of Old Trafford, 10 foot tall, and everyone was getting off, man. They talk about empty seats at the Etihad. There's never been a world record for empty seats at Old Trafford in that 6-1. Gone.
But I felt like 2-0 was more painful. I don't know about you, Andy.
No, listen, that 6-1 was angry.
That season,
it was angry, but I think
that season was critical, because I go back to the FA Cup game. City fans, United 3-0 at half time in the third round of the FA Cup, and City fans were leaving the stadium, and I was like, we can go for these. We never took it to them in the second half, and they come back to 3-2 with 10 men, and it was a debatable sending off with Vincent Kompany on 90, but they were there for the taking, and you want to erase a 6-1. That game was there to be done in the second half.
I remember that game. Someone said to me at half time, could be fucking 6-1 this. And I was like, don't even say that. And I remember people were thinking that.
No, we were like sharks. I was like a shark sniffing.
But we were in it until the 70th minute.
That was it. That was it. We should have gone. I don't know why we didn't do it. I don't know why we sat back, but we should have gone for the throat, and that would have. It may have affected the rest of the season, but we'll never know. Unless you got a goal.
6-1 the other week as well.
Well, listen, that's a short memory for us, isn't it? You know what I mean? But like I said, Andy, you know, how are we going to erase these memories? Build a new squad, you know what I mean, and fight for it. Because what we got right now is average. I'm sorry, we got Maguire for 80 million. Ollie made a bad choice in that one. Wan-Bissaka not good enough. Rashford not good enough. McTominay not good. There's certain players in that squad. Pogba probably needs to go now. It's the end of the story with Pogba now. There's so many things that need to go on, Andy.
I think there's a football structure there that's missing. I think it's alright having the manager, right, we've got Ten Hag as our manager, we've got Ronaldo as our star player, we've got him as our captain, but the infrastructure around the club, like City have got Tixi Buggerstein and Soran and all that, they're all footballing people, and they make footballing decisions, and Arsene Wenger came out yesterday and said, so that Richard Keys was basically trying to say, why did City go the extra 40 million for Kane? Because they've got it, and he said, because they're a well-run club, he went, they have principles, he went, they will not break a wage structure or a transfer fee if they do not think it's worth it. And City's probably walked away from deals. We could have been reckless and gone and snatched Messi, or we could have gone and snatched maybe Kane and paid over the odds, but then it becomes a precedent for other players to knock on the door and go, I'm Kevin De Bruyne here, I've been here fucking 8 years. If he's on 500 grand a week, I want 500 a week. The thing is with City, whether you like it or not, players sign for us and they stay in there for 8, 9, 10 years.
Of course.
There's not very that come for a couple of years and then they don't work out. Ferran Torres came in for 20 mil in the middle of a lockdown, couldn't leave his apartment in Manchester, wants to go back to Barcelona, fine mate, there you go, made 30 mil. Leroy Sané came in, young player of the year.
He was there for 4 years as well.
I want to leave. Okay, leave. We're not one of these clubs that holds people back because we just go out and replace them.
Yeah.
We've got conveyor belt ready to do it.
Dan James, we made a lot of profit on Dan James.
Yeah, but the thing is though,
he was never a United player though.
I know, of course he wasn't.
Most of these are not United players, Andy.
I think with a new manager, you might see a career save. Well, I think Wan-Bissaka could be okay. Maguire, no, but I think with Ten Hag, one player or two will survive. One player or two. I don't know who. And it's up to
who do you think's not good enough for United?
Maguire. I think Luke Shaw's past it now. Pogba, Lingard's out on the way out. Martial, he's gone. Marcus Rashford. There's a player there. Matic there. Let's say Cavani's leaving. Matter's leaving.
But as a player there, you say Rashford, but is his head right in the game? Does he want it? You know what I mean? There's players in there that Elanga that show a bit more.
With Rashford, you know there's a player in there, but I think, look, off the field, he's been an absolute champion for the common day person up from the upper class. He's working class like us. But there comes a point, I mean, if a City player was doing this, you're applauding, but if his form was dropping, you'd be very critical.
Yeah.
So it needs to be addressed, and when players coming out with, I don't want to play, fine, then go. Don't want to be here, go.
If you look at the signings for United over the last few years, right? Ibrahimovic, Cavani, Di Maria, Ronaldo, Schweinsteiger, they're not Man United signings. They're all in the fucking peak. So, but you look at the City signings: Leroy Sané, Ferran Torres, Jack Grealish, all young players that are going to progress at United. United needs to be someone's there. It says like United spring a leak, and then they get an older player with a big name and go boom, plug the leak with it. But the leak stopped for a season, then it fucking bursts again.
Oh yeah, we've got a Dutchman now.
You know what I mean? There you go.
Little Dutch kid will put his finger in there, what you call it, in the dam. That's an old story.
Don't be getting too excited again, you lads, because I've seen it all before.
I will say this though.
I don't want you two sweeing in the car park outside here.
By the way, there's no
I will say this about...
Have you seen anyone sweeing in the car park?
I've seen the car park.
Andy, man, why did you let it go?
You've been sweeting in the car park.
I'm not sweeting. He's not seeing people sweeting. I'm not sweeting in the car park. And also, it's an Irish law.
You've been doing it.
No, I'm not doing it. Andy, you see me. I'm chilled out on it.
He's good.
Yeah, exactly.
No, but I will say this, what you said about them signings. Out of all them, yeah, but I will make a pass on Zlatan because he's one of a kind.
Yeah, because he's a winner, but he's even telling the truth now. He's coming out saying, Man United, the way they behave as a club. And this is what I think the problem is. There's a lot of Man United fans that are blinkered and they can't see past that Manchester United name. But if you carry on being like that, before you know it, it's going to smack you in the fucking face.
There was a guy on my match reaction. I was in the stadium and he walked past me. It must have been about 60 odd. He goes, "Who are you blaming now?" And Andy, for me, how can you blame me?
I got it after the match.
It's his fault.
It's my fault the way we lost Atletico. It's my fault the way the club's run. It's my fault we're in 500 fucking million in debt. And I just fucking shake my head at it. Fucking hell, man. It's like the structure.
It's the fan base.
The fan base is fractured. Yeah, it's fucked. It's like a gas line. It is so many fractures in it. All it takes is one spark and it goes.
But don't you think if Ten Hag did what I said,
and
addressed the whole fan base like that,
I agree,
and would galvanise it, and again, what he should do is they should bring in a liaison officer, somebody that the fans trust. I know it sounds fucking daft, but even someone like Roy Keane, who, if Roy Keane came to you and said, "Look, the Glazers are doing this, this, and this," you'd believe him because you know Roy Keane will be full of shit. But if Darren Fletcher come out and says, "The Glazers said we're going to do," you think he's
Darren Fletcher
because he's scared of his job.
He's getting abused on the touchline, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Darren Fletcher was getting abused on Saturday. When Leicester scored, I read this yesterday, a United fan jumped up and he shouted at the bench and he said, "Do you even fucking care?" to Darren Fletcher and the players. And Darren Fletcher turned around and said, "What do you call it? Who the fuck are you?" And the guy was so upset. He's only 25. I've read the article, and he walks up the stairs and he left the stadium of his own accord, and he was pulled by the security. "Oh, you're not going anywhere, mate." He wanted to leave the stadium because Greater Manchester Police wanted to talk to him, but within 10 minutes it was like, "Oh, sorry, you can go," and he was well within his rights. And Darren Fletcher, of all people, should know with that famous hairdryer, that famous interview from Roy Keane in 2005. That fucking hell, man, you were in that position, you've been through it, you should know what the fuck that guy's going through. You should know, because you've been there, mate. And you should understand the fans' fucking agony and fucking
fans running on the pitch at Main Road and ripping the season ticket on the pitch and just leaving it.
I missed them days,
that was that Stockport of Bury in '98, remember that?
I tell you, they were the dark days,
like I said to you, United this season, there's not much to play for. You know what I mean? Top 4 for me. I'm not bothered if I'm being really honest with you. I think, do we deserve it? Probably not. Will they get it?
I don't know, mate, because this is where it gets complicated. I mean, Arsenal's running, Tottenham's running.
They
all play each other, Chelsea. They all play each other.
Because they don't want this top 4. Like, it's crazy.
That's what I said the other night. I thought, you know what? Everyone's making it that hard that they don't want it.
It goes back to 2005. I remember 2018. Nobody wanted to win.
No.
I remember we drew with Huddersfield.
I'd love to see Ronaldo in the Conference League, though. That'd be fun.
If he's in there.
I think he's got claws. I'm fucking off.
I think you know what? Him personally, he's had a good season for himself.
Yeah.
At his age, I think he's come in. He's scored some goals, but he's not the play. I think he even realises now he's not that. This league's a bit fast for him. So you look at him in the slower games. And the games like Villarreal and things like that, it's great he's turning up and scoring. But in any big game this season, I can't think of where he's turned up.
No.
I would say
in the Champions League games.
Yeah, Champions League games.
But then again, the thing is for me though, when it's really mattered, it's too much hopes on him. And I feel like you're not going to get the most out of
Yeah,
Ronaldo at 37.
you can't win the league with a 37-year-old Ronaldo.
Right.
And you can understand why Ronaldo demands top of the range, and why the fucking jealousy in the dressing room. I mean, you can understand if he did go to City, fucking hell, the level from City, it would even go up a notch.
He'd be the
Jesus Christ, the talisman for your club. And then players in that dressing room, because they were treated with pale and treated
under
with under Ollie, like put your arms around them. That's fair enough. Yeah. But to play, it was okay. It makes you wonder if we're a 1-year-old league. It might. As soon as we lost that, he was on the way out. But if we'd have won it, it might have been different this year. It might have been different, but like I say, we'll never know unless we've got a DeLorean time machine.
There you go.
The players inside that group, within that dressing room, I would say, apart from Elanga and Jadon Sancho, De Gea should hang their heads in shame this season.
Absolutely. We've got Everton on the weekend. They're a free fall.
If you don't beat them.
Mate, if you don't beat them, I swear down, just forget the season ever happened.
This is where it could.
You
got to take it because it's an early kick-off. You got to take advantage.
They're fighting for their lives. Though.
Yeah. They're fighting for their lives. After last night.
Early, man. I always say people respect Sean Dyche, man. Underrated manager.
He said they don't even have to win a game. Man. Sean Dyche came out.
I've heard that he might be getting sacked, Lampard. There was rumours about his.
That they're on a slippery slope.
But they didn't want.
I said about Everton, they went from Ancelotti to James. Players like that, and thinking we're getting a new stadium, and Everton on the march, we've got a world-class manager, Carlo Ancelotti, signing James, we're going for it. They went from that to Rafa Benitez, Solomon Rondon on a free, Damari Gray $1.5 million, Andros Townsend. Now they've gone from Frank Lampard buying Dele Alli for 40 million, and he's sat on the fucking bench.
Yeah. And they're going to spend a lot of money.
They're in debt to death.
I feel sorry for Bill Ken, right? Because he got these investors in, and they've spent a big chunk of money, man. And you want to see a return. I mean, was it the start of the season?
But he's not been a saint, though, has he? The way he's run that football club.
No.
I don't think he's been a saint. They want him out.
I remember going to Everton one time. Got in the Everton and with my dad watching United, and a Pepsi bottle just missed my head. when Sheringham scored, I remember that.
But you go to Everton now, the ground's a shithole.
You can't even see anything.
They've got corporate facilities, so they're losing millions a season being a Premier League club with no facilities, because everyone has that match day experience at the club now. Everton haven't got it. They've not even got a fucking fan zone.
Will they even get to their stadium?
They're about 15 years behind where any other club. You look at teams. You go to Brighton, brilliant stadium. Southampton, brilliant stadium. You go to these clubs. Even Brentford built a stadium. They're milking the Premier League. They're getting Look at Everton. That Mashiri is keeping them topped up and thinking, we'll get to our new stadium in the Premier League. We'll have a go. They could be in the Championship, and it's not easy to get out of that Championship.
Everton could do it Leeds.
Yeah,
you could go into the abyss for a long time.
I know.
And it took Leeds best part 5 years to get out of the second division.
Yeah.
Then basically best part 12 years to get out of the Championship.
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
Like I say, if you look at the table, even Leeds is still in it. But
it's tight in there.
Leeds, I think Leeds, them last two winners against
and
Norwich and Wolves.
I
I think Leeds just got enough to tread water, but I don't know. It's going to be interesting because Burnley won last night, and you can't go to Norwich on Sunday and try and not win. You've got to win because you've got to start winning games. You've only won 4 all season. That's criminal.
Absolute criminal. But that's our side of Manchester. Obviously, you've been talking about it all week, but you've got a big game.
This is the good side of Manchester. See the relief now. We've had the turmoil over there. Now it's like, come on, talk to us about the title and that.
Well, listen.
Where do you want to talk? Title, Champions League,
listen,
FA
mate,
Cup semi-final.
it's a big one. I don't know why you're not feeling nervous. Are you just chilled out? How's your mood?
I'm chilled with it. Listen, the thing is with it, right? I know Liverpool are a fantastic team, but we are as well. And it's literally a shootout. So it's literally go in there on Sunday, let the best team win. I can't do anything about the team. The Liverpool fans can't. We've just got to back our club. And at the end of the day, I said it this morning on a preview, I truly believe that if we win on Sunday, we win the league. That puts us 4 points ahead with 7 to go. They ain't catching us. But if they beat us on Sunday, they've won the league because they ain't going to slip.
Yeah, it is a title decider.
And that is how thin it is. And I said, look at the season City's had. You guys just been talking about your season. You're disappointed. We've had a great season, but if we lose on Sunday, fucking hell, I probably feel worse than you.
Nah, come on, Steve.
I'm telling you.
Still got Champions League to play for.
I know,
FA Cup.
the league.
Would you take more though? Because I remember going back in the day, I would always take the league over the.
Yeah, I still would as well. You know why I take the league? Because it's a 38 game a season.
Yeah, the league, you're invested in it. Like I say, you've seen me. I went to Southampton, drove to Southampton, back, then Palace and back, and I'm like, I'm with it, and we're on this journey now. And City fans have been fortunate that every time we've been in a close title race, we've won it. We've never had that feeling where it's been snatched away from us. Will that feeling come? Sure, it will one day. It'll happen. Someday, I don't think it will. I think we're just peaking at the right time. I think we've just got to get over the line. We're at 1 point ahead in the title race. We've got Pep Guardiola that knows how to get us over the line. We're in a good position. Liverpool have got the tails up. They've got the momentum. The fans are all behind them. They're a club with the momentum. They're pushing it. So it literally is a massive 50-50 game. If you've got 10 people now and that's to call it, you'd get mixture.
Do you think whoever wins Sunday also has a psychological advantage for the FA Cup semi-final? To go to win the
I think that's different.
I think with the FA Cup being at Wembley, I think it's a little bit more relaxed because it's a cup competition. I think everything's riding on this. I think everything's riding on this.
The other trophies as well, because it gives you like an adrenaline shot in the arm for the rest of the season.
Quadruple for Liverpool, treble for these lot. It's not easy, is it?
No, it's just like your misses and you bet on the side, and you fell in, and then you're fucking, I've been caught.
Who do you think's gonna win this?
From a Manchester point of view, I hope City win it because I don't like Liverpool. No one does.
Gonna get 20 times as well.
I think Steve will relate with City fans over the years. They never had a problem with Liverpool until the coach was attacked and smashed up.
Make sure your coach is alright, man. Are you got security watch?
People say to me, we only threw one bottle of Copperberg.
This is a video of him, 2013.
I was there, mate, and fucking hell, it was like, fucking half a Booze Busters got launched at it.
Bagging booze.
Got
robbed on Liverpool, innit? Anfield Road.
Listen, it is.
But that video was bad, though, man. Listen, I don't do all that stuff, mate. You know what I mean? But that video, mate, was crazy, mate.
I think it was. I thought, like I said to City fans who I know, even like you say, my father-in-law, he's a big City fan. Welcome to the club. It only took you 35 years to after they did that. You know what I mean? I've been hating Liverpool since about 8, 9, 10 years old. So
the rivalry is definitely growing, but the football the two teams are playing is exceptional, and the levels they're taking it to is very fine margins. The point totals that both teams are getting to, they're pushing each other to near 100 points every season. It's unheard of. And like you say, this is what, as a football fan, you live for. You could get to the end of the season and you could be petering out with games and just going for the sake of going. I'm going to every game now, shitting myself. Even Burnley, it's like, Burnley could throw a right spanner in the works here. You get to Burnley, you get the win, you come out and you're relieved. And then you think, right, move on to Liverpool. Then we're flying out to Madrid next week. We've got a 1-0 against Simeone. Then I come back for the semi-final. This is what football's about. When you've spent so many years in the shit like we have, I appreciate it. I find myself in a privileged position. I see people moaning about their teams being like, fucking 7th or 8th. And I'm like, mate, could be a lot worse. Could be Bury FC with no one. No, your team's gone. So listen, as a City fan,
I think this is cycles in football. We're having our shit cycle. Good cycle. The only thing that we've got in is that United just always seem to have some sort of leverage of money, and other clubs don't, and that's what gives me a little hope. But then again, you've got to use that money, so it's difficult.
You're being used as an example now about having money doesn't always work.
Exactly.
Because everyone always says, all these kids that play Championship Manager think you spend 120 million, 130 million and you win the league. Doesn't happen like that. You've got to have structure. You've got to have a plan. It's like I always say to you on it. It's like being the captain of a boat, but going out to sea, but not knowing where the fuck you're going. It's like you're never going to get there if you don't know where you're going. You've got to have a plan. And Manchester City's had a plan. They came in, said over the next 10 years we're going to do this, dominate domestically. Then we're going to try and go into Europe. We're dominating domestically. We got to our first final last year. We're in the quarters this year. At least you can see we're going in the right direction. United at the minute just seems to be all over the gaff. You know, is the policy youth? Are they going to promote youth? Are they going to bring youth through? Now they're going to let Ten Hag get a generation of young kids and mould them into his machine, and then hopefully in 5-6 years it reaps a benefit and you think, fucking hell, Ten Hag's got them min. Or are they going to patch the holes up again and bring in big fucking name signings? It pleases the fans, and it sells the shirts, but as a footballing level, you're getting left behind.
I don't want that anymore, because you've got to build up the pitch as well. I mean, City's training academy.
Unbelievable.
It's right opposite me. So
you see what they've done,
I can appreciate it. It's a fantastic facility. And I can hear them training sometimes. You can hear them shouting them, when I'm in my garden, you can hear them.
See Pep screaming.
Don't know, you might fly a drone over, see what you get. But this is where United need to build up the pitch, level up and build up the pitch as well. And there can be no interference now. We have to use it. I know no one likes saying it's a business model now, and you've got to use that business model and go forward. Look, I don't care what happens behind the scenes, as long as it's running well behind the scenes and running on the pitch.
No fucking, I'm not taking the piss, but Old Trafford was like Disneyland. I walked in that derby, you've got a guy with the treble trophies outside, having people taking pictures of that. Mate, that was fucking 1999, fuck off. And then you've got them all you've got a big group in the corner all going, ooh, and then some 60-year-old bellend jumping in the middle going, sweet, and I was like, what the fuck is this gaff? And I'm thinking,
it's a nostalgia club.
I'm thinking it may be, and you might need a couple of years of shit to get rid of all them tossers.
No, we're gonna have to take long-term pain for future gain, and there's gonna be some dark days. I said this after.
I still think there will be dark days.
Of course. You might get top 4, win a cup for a year or 2.
It's not guaranteed.
Of course, it's not guaranteed. But football goes in cycles, and you've just got to build. I mean, if it comes like within 3 years, if we're in a position like we ain't looking half bad, we're all right. And I know this is weird, I mean, look at Barcelona. They were fucking out of it 18 months ago.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
Xavi's coming. And Jesus,
they got new president, though.
New president. I know it's completely different level.
With the signings as well.
They've been wise. And they're reaping the benefits 18 months down the line.
Well, they've done it right.
And they're in the second in La Liga. Not going to win the league, but they've got a chance of winning a Europa League, and they're going back into the Champions League. It shows football can change. Maybe United could do that in 18 months. I wouldn't want that. But if it changed like that, but with the new structure going forward, I welcome that.
Yeah. You just hope that.
I just hope that. I'm not saying like with a Barca style of play like I was renowned for coming out, but it
no
shows,
noisy moments.
There's no noisy moments, but if you change it right, Barcelona's the example. If you get the right structure in, the right setup, it can change very quickly.
But you have to do it properly.
But you have to do it properly. But if it has to be a few years, that's fair enough, but it just shows it can be done.
Someone's got to make some tough decisions at United.
Absolutely.
Someone's got to walk in there, have a pair of minerals and go, you know what, we've made a mistake, he's not good enough, he's not good enough, clear the decks. You've got young Hannibal there, who I watched in the AFCON, decent player. You can't be challenging for a league title with McTominay and Fred in midfield.
I mean, we got players there, we've got Gallows at Rangers,
Diallo,
sorry, and is it Pierre Palestra?
Yeah. There's a lot of unknowns.
There's Garner at Nottingham Forest. Bring him in.
Mate. He's playing well.
If you want to get a few experienced signings,
I think the fans would get behind that though.
Oh yeah.
Because you wouldn't. If you lost a couple of games with a young team, you couldn't put on the kids.
No.
You'd think, you know what, fair enough, but I think that's why you've got to be clear. You've got to have somebody in that football club who's telling the fans what the fuck's going on. Because at the minute, you've got Statement FC. Every time someone farts in the dressing room at Old Trafford, somebody brings a statement out to apologise for fucking farting. It's like, fuck off with that. Harry Maguire stands there and goes, I've got to be here because I've got to be here. I'm the captain. It's like, mate,
he's a robot. He's a robot.
Fucking captain, man. Vincent Kompany and people like you should be looking up to. That's why Roy Keane. You've got to think it must burn Roy Keane. They've
got Sky. Have got him.
Certain level at Man United, Roy Keane and then players used to
that
be
contract's too big at United.
And he's looking at that there and thinking, you won't last 5 fucking minutes.
But also, he doesn't want to be part of this negative. Look what happened to Old Trafford. That fan.
Yeah.
I mean,
did you see that fan?
What fan?
The fan that grabbed Roy Keane and said, "Can you not take a picture?" and that, and he was like, "Oh, I've got to go now."
Oh yeah. I've seen that.
Why would he want to be part of that toxic?
I mean, look, it's not Harry Maguire's fault.
No.
They paid 80 million for him. But he should know. He shouldn't. When you make a mistake in work, you openly admit and hold your hands up. But when you're Man United captain and you're diverting the blame from yourself to other players, I mean, I'd say that when he played against Burnley, he was responsible for the Burnley goal, and he come out with an interview after the match blaming the forwards. Because let's say you let the goal in, and you still got 40 minutes to win the game. No, mate, no, a captain of any team, even in any walk of life, even in your work, you make a mistake. It's my fault. I messed the delivery up. I'll hold my hands up. No, you do not put the blame on other people. Because a captain should not do that, or a manager should not do that. A manager barks orders and does it right. I mean, it's on a Saturday I went against Southampton. He was doing exactly the same thing. I mean, the only thing bright about that day was his fucking green boots.
It's crazy. It's crazy at United. Chelsea last night, Tuchel, he's losing it a bit. You call it, Steve. He's a cup manager, isn't he? You know what I mean? Again, but he's not doing it in here.
There's 3 managers, Andy, I called out beginning of the season as frauds, right? Thomas Tuchel, Pochettino, and Bielsa. Bielsa's fucking took his bucket and fucked off. Pochettino, they can't stand him in the PSG.
Yeah, PSG.
And Tommy Tappin's the last one rocking on the rope. So when he goes,
they got taught a lesson last night.
No, listen, Benzema, wow.
Best striker in the world.
The guy's, if you look at him, he's been doing it consistently for fucking years.
Years, mate.
I think he's one of the top 5 in the.
I think he's the best
world in the last few years.
Yeah.
Is he 31 or something like that?
He's not 34.
There's a lot of problems at Chelsea. I said that early in the season, didn't I? I said they're not as confident as they think they are. When I went to Stamford Bridge, I could sense it. There's something there. When you've got your captain, Rudiger, and that. Is he captain?
They've not really won the league, though, have they?
When you've got Rudiger and Christensen and that, you're just coming off the back of winning the Champions League, and they won't sign a contract.
Yeah.
And the teams that are going for him are like AC Milan. You're thinking, hold on a minute,
Barcelona.
why can't fucking Chelsea keep these? They've just won the Champions League. And that's why I think some people probably don't like Tuchel's style. There's a problem.
It's
there.
very methodical.
You can't go out and spend 100 million on a striker, and when it flops, start blaming everything else. Because Matisse's blaming, they're not his strikers and all that. Well, I'm not being funny. He spent 100 million on one that he doesn't play. Why not spend 50 on 2 and replace or sell? He didn't do that, and now they can't buy any players.
There you go.
They don't know who their owner's going to be. They're never going to get an owner as good as.
They're on the rocks, man. They're on the ropes. Seriously, mate.
If they get the Americans, it could be like United.
No, but thing is, if they don't get the right structure and the right owners,
that's what I'm trying to say.
They say they're gone. I mean, I spoke to a Chelsea fan in London, and he's seen it, done it all now, and he doesn't go to Chelsea anymore. But he's because he's more of a family man, and he does his YouTubing online, and he goes, I've seen it all in 20 years, and I can appreciate that. I mean, you've done it all in 20 years. I remember the Chelsea takeover with Abramovich, and Chelsea were.
Used to have a car park.
He used to have a cup team and all that. That was it.
I went to Stamford Bridge there years ago, and they had a fucking. They were selling cars around the pitch.
Yeah.
They had cars around the way, and Clive Allen scored.
I remember that.
And we'd take like 6,000-7,000 out of Chelsea. They'd come to Main Road, they'd bring 300.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Chelsea had them cars. I remember them like three-wheeler cars around them. They had all sorts around Stamford Bridge. I mean, it was like you say, Met said, it's coming on the way up. He's like, what do you about knocking down Old Trafford? I went, no, you can't do it. No. I'm sure you miss Main Road. Of course. You miss Main Road. Football cathedrals. There's not many bloody.
We had to move with the times because basically we got offered a fantastic deal. We got a brand new stadium. We had to trade on Main Road and then build the bottom infrastructure. So no one's not going to do that. West Ham have done it now. The money they're earning from that stadium. Sheikh Mansour's come in, bought all around it. He's building that stadium facing your work. He's got the training ground and all that. Man City are on a great deal with that stadium, but that stadium brings us massive income. All the concert revenue and everything comes to City now. We're on a great thing. We United, it's the theatre of dreams, and I get it, and all the memories are in there. They need to somehow maybe do what Tottenham did, and they need to keep it and redevelop it because
it's possible with modern technology.
Some of it's fucking about. It's that railway that's fucking everything up at the back.
I mean, like I said, on the way up to say it. I mean, I'm sure you can on modern technology. Maybe you could knock down, stand behind a goal and rebuild the stand.
Yeah,
Because there's plenty of room behind the Stretford end, or you can build over the railway line.
Yeah, you could. But
it's
the
like a
problem is
Lego set on a Meccano. It's up in a year. Look at the Burnabout. Fucking putting extra tiers on now.
They could build a.
You got a rotated pitch like Tottenham.
They could have Oasis in the Burnabout if they wanted to, because apparently they could build a concert on it. So it's gonna be a lot.
It's gonna be interesting.
It does. There is things about Old Trafford where it is they haven't maintained it to a level it should be maintained. You see it when I was talking about the roof leaking. The away end at the derby, the roof was literally leaking on our head. We'd had to move to the side. There was a fucking big drip pissing down. And then I said to you, didn't I? Stick some chewing gum on the wall at Old Trafford, see how many seasons it fucking stays there.
I say that there's not many football cathedrals left. Our Liverpool fans, they were in uproar when they wanted to move Anfield.
They're developing it though, and it's getting better.
Yeah, but that's still, the cop's still there. The Anfield Road's still there. They developed it, but it holds so many memories. Anfield for Liverpool fans, like Old Trafford for me. My first game in 1983. My dad's something against West Bromwich Albion.
Do you know what City did when they first got the stadium? They did this thing about the match day experience. So years ago, you'd go to the match about 2 hours before. You go to Mary D's, you'd have a pint, and you go in. So City shaped my soul, thinking, right, how do we get more money coming to the club? Yeah. So they built City Square, So you go City Square, they have bands on, they have ex-players on, so you can go literally at 10 o'clock in the morning. There's things to do for the kids, there's FIFA things. You can go, and if you're a dad and 4 kids, you go to City at 10 in the morning, you're doing 100 quid in. So City's thought about that. At United, you go to United, you've got all them random hot dog sellers and all them scar sellers. That money's not going to Man United. No. So what they should do is create what City created. They should create a big, massive fan zone. Liverpool.
Even then, if you get families who can't afford to go to the football can still experience that.
Exactly. There you go.
Barcelona do it. You got to Barcelona.
I know. I've seen that.
You walk around there, and it's literally a fan experience, but all the dough's going straight into Barcelona.
Even if you can't afford to go on the ground, you can be part of it. Or watch in the background.
There you go. But listen, people, we're gonna wrap up the Manc talk. It's been a good one. You know what, man? It's been good. United fans, City fans.
No, listen, I've got to say, Andy's a proper red in it, and when people click little sections up, and exactly. Banter online. So I'm not going to stand here and banter him because what he said about City, I've said about United, but he's a proper red as well as Saeed. Yeah. And this is a show where if you're a Man United fan or Man City fan, we're literally saying it real. We're here in Manchester talking about the feeling around our clubs daily. We're not sat behind a green screen in fucking Taiwan trying to tell you how Man United is run, because we can't do that. But we're here. We all go to the games, home and away. We're living, breathing it. We're having banter. And we're
living it.
There's no real show than the Manc talk. I'm telling you now, man.
Yeah. Andy, it's been a pleasure coming on the Manc talk.
Yeah, and thanks for having me. It's been utmost respect meeting Big Steve for the first time.
Yeah. Good,
pleasure,
man.
Mate.
Good
pleasure,
to meet. And no more master plans, yeah?
No more master plans and no more little City now. Like, come on,
well, if you lose Sunday, is it a part of your master plan?
Listen, people, we're going to wrap it up here. It's been a Manc talk.
I love that song as well. I love that song.
Yeah, man. People, please give the like on the video, man. It's been a Manc talk. We're trying to give you more content each week. And make sure, people, to subscribe to Big Steve MCC.
I'm nearly at 10k, man.
There you go. So subscribe to him. And also Andy Tate, you've got a YouTube channel. I'll try and link it in there as well. Make sure you follow Andy Tate.
I don't do much on it, but follow me on Instagram instead.
Instagram, what's it?
And underscore MUSC Tate.
There you go. It will be in the description below with his Instagram, with his YouTube as well. So make sure you check it out, people. This has been the Manc Talk. I will see you soon, guys. Take care. Bye-bye. Peace.